Don't break. Don't let the opinions of others, the trials you face, or the chaos around you destroy your inner calm. Trust Allah, hold on to Him. That's where real strength lives. Tawakkul, the secret to unshakable peace. My beloved brothers and sisters, in a world full of stress and uncertainty, the heart often feels heavy. But there is a secret to finding peace even in chaos, and that secret is tawakkul. Trusting Allah completely, knowing that whatever is happening, whether good or bad, Allah is fully in control. This trust is not just words, it is a calmness that settles in the heart. Many people misunderstand tawakkul. They think it means doing nothing and waiting for miracles. No, my brothers and sisters, that is not the way. Islam teaches us to tie our camel and then trust Allah. You must make effort, you must do your best, but once you've tried, leave the rest to Allah. Don't carry the burden of results on your shoulders. Life will always bring tests. Some days you will feel broken, people might let you down, doors you were counting on might close. But remember, when Allah closes one door, He opens another, sometimes one you never even imagined. Tawakkul is believing that even in disappointment there is hidden mercy from Allah. When you live without tawakkul, life becomes exhausting. You worry about things you cannot control. You stress over outcomes that only Allah decides. But when you trust Allah, you release that tension. Your heart feels lighter. You stop chasing after what was never yours to begin with, and you find peace in Allah's plan. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ taught us to make dua for halal provisions and to trust in Allah's grace. This is a reflection of tawakkul. It reminds us that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what misses you was never meant for you. No matter how much effort you make, the final decision belongs to Allah. Tawakkul is strength, not weakness. It takes courage to hand your affairs over to Allah, to say, Ya Allah, I've done my part, now I leave the outcome to you. When you live like this, you sleep peacefully at night. You don't lose your mind over small problems. You remain steady even when the world shakes around you. One of the signs of true tawakkul is freedom from fear. You no longer fear people. You don't fear loss or rejection. You understand that no one can harm you unless Allah allows it, and no one can benefit you unless Allah wills it. This removes jealousy, competition, and hatred from your heart. It replaces them with peace. Sometimes you won't understand why life takes a certain turn. You might cry wondering why your prayers weren't answered in the way you wanted. But tawakkul teaches you to say, I trust Allah's wisdom. Maybe the delay is protection. Maybe the closed door is saving you from harm. Allah sees what you cannot see. When you live with tawakkul, you become more compassionate. You don't feel threatened by other people's success. You help others without worrying about your own loss. You know that your risk, your sustenance is written by Allah. No one can take away what He has written for you, so you share, you give, and you remain generous. Tawakkul is not something you say once and forget. It's something you renew every day. Before starting any task, say Bismillah and trust Allah with the outcome. When hardship comes, say Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Allah is enough for me, and He is the best disposer of affairs. This becomes a habit of the heart. A person who practices tawakkul finds a peace that the world cannot offer. You stay calm when others are anxious. You smile when things go wrong, because you know they're not really going wrong, they're just going according to Allah's plan. This mindset is what makes you unshakable, not because of your own strength, but because of Allah's care. So my brothers and sisters, let us build this trust in Allah. Strengthen your tawakkul every day. Practice it in small matters so you can trust Him in big matters. Life will test you, but when your heart is with Allah, nothing can break you. May Allah grant us all unshakable peace through true tawakkul. Ameen. Nothing happens without Allah's permission. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the greatest comforts for a believer is knowing that nothing in this world happens without Allah's permission. Whether it is a blessing or a hardship, a success or a failure, it only occurs by the will of Allah. This belief removes fear from the heart, because you understand your life is not in the hands of people, but in the hands of the Creator. Sometimes things happen that you don't understand. You lose something you loved, you face rejection, pain, or unexpected trials. But remember, Allah never allows anything to happen without a reason. Even when you can't see the wisdom in the moment, trust that Allah knows exactly what He is doing. His knowledge is perfect while ours is limited. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu taught us that if the entire world gathered to harm you, they could not harm you unless Allah permitted it. And if they gathered to benefit you, they could not benefit you unless Allah allowed it. This is the reality of Qadr, divine decree. It reminds us that our destiny is written and protected by Allah. When you accept that nothing happens without Allah's permission, you stop blaming yourself unnecessarily. Yes, you take responsibility for your efforts, but you don't carry the guilt of things beyond your control. Sometimes the job doesn't work out. Sometimes the relationship fails. Sometimes the opportunity slips away. But remember, it was not meant for you, and Allah knows best. Many people ask, why does Allah allow pain? My brothers and sisters, pain is part of the test of life. Sometimes it softens the heart. Sometimes it brings you closer to Allah. Sometimes it purifies you from sins. Nothing happens in vain. When Allah allows a hardship, He also provides the strength to endure it and the reward for your patience. Think about this. Every leaf that falls from a tree does so by Allah's command. Every drop of rain that touches the ground is permitted by Him. So do you think your life events are random? No, my brothers and sisters, everything that happens to you is part of a larger plan. Trust that plan even when you cannot understand it immediately. When you understand that nothing happens without Allah's permission, you become calmer during difficult times. You stop asking, why me? And start saying, Ya Allah, help me through this. You seek His guidance, you ask for patience, and you focus on growing through the test, knowing that Allah is guiding your every step. This belief also protects you from arrogance when things go well. When you succeed, when you are praised, when life seems smooth, remember this too is from Allah. He allowed it, He facilitated it. So you stay humble, you say Alhamdulillah, and you continue to seek His help, knowing that success is not from your own power alone. Sometimes, my brothers and sisters, Allah allows certain events to redirect you. You might be chasing something that is not good for you. Allah closes that door not to punish you, but to protect you. What feels like a loss might actually be saving you from harm you cannot see. That is the mercy of Allah, even in disappointment. When you believe that nothing happens without Allah's permission, you also stop fearing the future. You plan, you prepare, but you don't panic. You know that whatever is written for you will come to you, and whatever is not written for you will never reach you. This belief frees you from constant worry and gives you peace of mind. This mindset also helps you forgive more easily. When someone wrongs you, you know that it only happened because Allah allowed it as part of your tests. You still seek justice where needed, but you don't hold on to bitterness. You understand that every event in life has a role in your spiritual journey, even the painful ones. My brothers and sisters, believing in Allah's permission doesn't mean you stop trying. No, you must work hard, make effort and take action. But you do so with trust in Allah's will. If things work out, you say Alhamdulillah. If they don't, you say Alhamdulillah. Still knowing that Allah has a better plan for you, even if you cannot see it yet. This belief also increases your dua. When you know that nothing happens without Allah's permission, you naturally turn to Him more often. You ask Him for ease, for guidance, for protection. You become closer to Allah because you realize He is the only one in control. And the more you rely on Him, the more peace you find in your heart. So my beloved brothers and sisters, remind yourself every day, nothing happens without Allah's permission. Trust Him when life is easy, and trust Him when life is hard. Know that His wisdom is greater than your understanding. And when you live with this mindset, you will find peace, patience and strength in every situation. May Allah grant us firm faith in His plan. Ameen. When people hurt you, Allah heals you. My beloved brothers and sisters, one of the realities of life is that people will sometimes hurt you. They may say things that break your heart. They may betray your trust. They may abandon you when you needed them the most. But remember this, when people cause pain, Allah is the one who heals it. He is the ultimate source of comfort and peace. Sometimes the people who hurt you are the ones you trusted the most. That is why the pain feels heavier. But don't let their actions close your heart. Turn to Allah instead. Pour your sadness into sujood. Cry to Him in the last part of the night. He listens, He understands, and He will heal you in ways no one else can. When you hold on to pain, it becomes a poison in your heart. But when you give it to Allah, He transforms it into wisdom. He teaches you patience, strength, and resilience. So don't carry the hurt alone. Don't let it consume you. Let Allah carry it for you, and He will lighten the load from your chest. Sometimes Allah allows people to hurt you to teach you not to depend too much on them. Human beings are weak, my brothers and sisters. They make mistakes, they break promises, they disappoint. But Allah never disappoints. He is Al-Jabbar, the one who mends what is broken. Run to Him when the world breaks your heart. Healing is a process. It does not happen overnight. But when you make dua, when you read the Quran, when you fill your heart with dhikr, you begin to notice a change. The pain softens, the anger fades, the wound closes, and suddenly you realize that the one who hurt you no longer controls your emotions. Allah does. My brothers and sisters, remember that forgiving someone is not for them, it's for you. It sets you free. You don't forgive because they deserve it, you forgive because you deserve peace. And when you forgive for the sake of Allah, He rewards you with calmness in the heart, clarity in the mind, and blessings in your life. Sometimes people don't even realize how much they've hurt you. They continue with their lives while you're left wounded. But don't let that destroy you. Remember, Allah sees it all. He knows every tear you've cried in silence. And He promises in the Quran that He will replace your sadness with something better. Pain teaches you who your real protector is. When you are hurt by people, it pushes you closer to Allah. You begin to see that no one can give you the love, the care, the attention that Allah can. So take that heartbreak as a signet time to deepen your connection with your Lord. My beloved brothers and sisters, know that every painful experience shapes you into someone stronger. You learn patience, you learn emotional control, you learn how to respond with dignity. And most importantly, you learn how to place your trust in Allah, not in people who may fail you. Sometimes the person who hurt you will never apologize. They may never admit they're wrong. But don't wait for their apology to find peace. Turn to Allah and He will give you closure. He will fill your heart with contentment, and you'll no longer need validation from those who harmed you. The Prophet Muhammad went through immense pain from people, yet he responded with kindness. Why? Because his heart was connected to Allah. When you are secure in your relationship with Allah, you are not shaken by the behavior of others. Their cruelty cannot remove your peace. Your healing is not dependent on their change, it is dependent on your closeness to Allah. When you heal through Allah, you heal deeply. You don't just cover the wound, you transform it into a source of strength. You become wiser, calmer, and more compassionate because you've tasted the sweetness of patience. Sometimes Allah removes people from your life through their own betrayal. It hurts at first, but later you realize it was a rescue, not a loss. Allah protected you from future harm. He showed you their true colors early, so you wouldn't be trapped in a cycle of repeated disappointment. My brothers and sisters, when people hurt you, make dua for them. This is difficult, but it frees your soul. Say, Ya Allah, guide them, forgive them, and heal me. This is the character of a believer, to rise above the pain, to choose mercy over revenge, and to seek healing through kindness. So today I remind myself and you, when people hurt you, don't run away from life, don't lock your heart, and don't seek revenge. Run to Allah, let Him heal you, let Him strengthen you. And know that after every hurt there is a lesson, a growth, and a nearness to Allah that is priceless. May Allah heal all our hearts. Ameen. Detach from dunya, attached to Allah. My beloved brothers and sisters, this world is temporary. The houses, the cars, the money, the famate will all disappear one day. The only thing that remains is your connection with Allah. That is why the wise believer learns to live in this dunya without letting the dunya live in their heart. Keep your heart for Allah. Many people chase the dunya thinking it will give them happiness. They collect wealth, build status and compete with others only to realize later that their heart still feels empty. Why? Because the soul was not created for material things. The soul was created to know Allah, to love Him and to find peace through His remembrance. Detaching from the dunya does not mean you give up your job or stop providing for your family. Islam teaches balance. You can live in the world, but don't let the world live in you. Use the dunya as a tool to serve your akhirah. Work, earn, but don't forget who gave you the ability to do so. Sometimes Allah takes things away from you not to punish you, but to detach you from what is pulling you away from Him. Maybe the loss you experienced was actually a blessing in disguise. It reminded you that nothing in this world is permanent, but Allah is forever. Attach your heart to Him. When your life revolves around the dunya, you become restless. You worry about losing what you have. You stress over what you don't own yet. But when your life revolves around Allah, you find contentment. Even if you have little, your heart feels rich. Even if you lose something, you don't lose your peace. My brothers and sisters, look at the example of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. He had the keys to the dunya offered to him, but he chose simplicity. He taught us that true wealth is contentment. The more you focus on Allah, the less the dunya controls you. You begin to see the world for what it really is, a test. Detaching from the dunya also means not letting people's opinions control you. Some people live their whole lives trying to impress others. But remember, the only one you need to impress is Allah. When you please Him, your life falls into place, even if the people around you don't understand. There is nothing wrong with having wealth or success. The problem is when the wealth has you. When you become greedy, arrogant or forgetful of Allah, that's when the dunya becomes dangerous. Keep your heart pure. Keep your intentions sincere. Remember that the real prize is Jannah, not this temporary life. Sometimes Allah gives you the dunya to test you. He wants to see if you will use it for good or become lost in it. Will you give charity? Will you stay humble? Or will you become attached to the things of this world and forget about the hereafter? Always ask yourself this question. My brothers and sisters, remember that the grave is a simple place. You won't take your bank account with you. You won't take your followers, your cars or your clothes. You will only take your deeds. That's why detaching from the dunya is so important. It prepares you for the moment when you meet Allah. Attaching your heart to Allah means trusting Him fully. It means knowing that if you lose something in this world, He will give you something better in the next. It means accepting that sometimes things don't go your way because Allah is protecting you from harm you cannot see. Many people spend their lives chasing status. They want to be recognized, they want to be praised. But the believer seeks recognition from Allah, not from people. Even if no one sees your good deeds, Allah sees them. And that is enough. When you work for Him, the reward is guaranteed. Detach from the dunya by controlling your desires. Not everything you want is good for you. Some desires pull you away from Allah. Train your soul to say no when necessary. Remember, the greatest freedom is freedom from the slavery of material things. True peace comes from obedience to Allah. My brothers and sisters, spend more time in the remembrance of Allah. Make your salah a priority. Read the Quran daily. Make dua sincerely. These acts connect your heart to Allah. When you increase in worship, the hold of the dunya weakens and you begin to feel the sweetness of faith. Think about the hereafter often. Remind yourself that life is short. One day you will stand before Allah. The things that stressed you in the dunya will seem small compared to the reward of Jannah or the punishment of the fire. Focus on what matters the most, your relationship with your Creator. Give from what you love. Charity is a powerful way to detach from the dunya. When you give, you break the hold of greed. You remind yourself that nothing you own is really yours, it belongs to Allah. And what you give for His sake will return to you multiplied in the hereafter. Surround yourself with people who remind you of Allah. Friends who pull you toward the dunya are dangerous for your heart. But friends who remind you of the akhirah are a blessing. Choose your circle wisely. Your company affects your path. Make sure it leads you closer to Allah. So my beloved brothers and sisters, Today I remind myself and you detach from the dunya and attach your heart to Allah. Live with balance, use the dunya for good, but don't let it distract you from your final destination. The real success is not in collecting things, but in preparing your soul to meet Allah. May He grant us all sincerity, contentment and Jannah. Ameen. Hardships are tests, not definitions. My beloved brothers and sisters, hardship is part of life, but never let it define you. Just because you're struggling today doesn't mean you are a failure. Allah tests those He loves. He allows trials to shape you, not to break you. Your hardship is a lesson, not a label. Many people look at their problems and think, this is who I am now. But no, my brothers and sisters, you are not your pain, you are not your loss, you are not your mistakes. You are a servant of Allah going through a temporary test. Don't let a moment of difficulty define your entire journey. Sometimes when life gets tough, Shaitan whispers, you're cursed, Allah is angry with you. But that's a lie. Even the prophets faced hardship. The difference is, they stayed connected to Allah during those trials. They knew that hardship is not punishment, it's preparation for something greater. Think about Prophet Ayub alayhi salam. He lost his health, his wealth and his family. But did that define him? No. What defined him was his patience, his trust in Allah and his beautiful dua. His hardship was a chapter, not his identity, and Allah rewarded him for his perseverance. My brothers and sisters, sometimes hardships come to cleanse you. They remove arrogance, they soften your heart, they remind you of your need for Allah. So instead of saying, why me? Try saying, what is Allah teaching me? This mindset turns pain into growth. Some people experience hardship and give up on their dreams. They believe life is over. But remember, a closed door today might lead to an open gate tomorrow. Trials are temporary. Allah has written relief after difficulty. So don't stop walking just because the road feels rough. Hardship can be heavy, but you don't have to carry it alone. Allah is Al-Latif, the most gentle. He sees your struggle, He hears your silent prayers. Turn to Him, share your burdens in dua. When you speak to Allah, you're not just venting, you're handing over your pain to the one who can handle it. Sometimes your hardship is meant to build qualities you didn't have before. Maybe you were impatient, now you learn patience. Maybe you were distant from Allah, now you come closer. These tests refine your character. They don't define you as weak, they define you as someone growing stronger. When life is easy, we often forget to reflect. But hardship slows us down. It forces us to think deeply about our purpose, our akhirah, and our connection to Allah. These moments of reflection are priceless. They wake us up before it's too late. My beloved brothers and sisters, don't compare your hardships to others. Everyone's test is different. What is easy for one person may be difficult for another. Your path is unique. Allah knows exactly what you need for your personal growth. Trust His wisdom. Remember that Jannah is not earned without tests. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ went through hunger, loss and persecution, yet they never saw themselves as victims. They saw themselves as believers, walking through life's trials toward eternal reward. That mindset changed everything. Sometimes we think, if I was stronger, I wouldn't feel this pain. But feeling pain doesn't mean you are weak, it means you are human. Even the Prophet ﷺ, when he lost his loved ones, crying is not a sign of failure. It's a sign of a soft heart. And Allah loves those who turn to Him in tears. Hardships can teach you who your real friends are. Some people will disappear when life gets tough, others will stand by you, but no one can support you better than Allah. When people leave, it's a chance to lean more on your Creator who never leaves. Sometimes the hardest test is waiting for a prayer to be answered, waiting for pain to pass. But patience during the wait is a form of worship. Allah loves those who remain steadfast, trusting that His timing is always perfect, even if it's not what we expected. Hardships don't define your future. Just because you're struggling today doesn't mean you'll be struggling forever. Life changes, hearts heal. Opportunities return. Allah opens doors you never thought possible when you stay connected to Him through the storms. My brothers and sisters, don't let your hardships close your heart. Keep doing good even when you're tired. Keep helping others even when you're hurting. Allah sees your effort and He will reward you. Sometimes helping others through their pain helps you heal your own. Look at the trees in winter, they look dead. But inside, they're preparing for spring. Your life may feel cold and lifeless right now, but remember, growth is happening beneath the surface. Allah is preparing you for a season of renewal. Stay patient, stay hopeful. So today, I remind myself, and you, hardships are tests, not definitions. They are part of your journey, not your identity. Pass the test with patience, with dua, and with trust in Allah. And know that after every hardship there is ease. May Allah grant us strength, wisdom, and success in both worlds. Ameen. Emotional strength comes from spiritual surrender. My beloved brothers and sisters, many people try to become emotionally strong by forcing themselves to be hard. But real emotional strength doesn't come from closing your heart, it comes from opening your heart to Allah. When you surrender to His plan, your soul finds peace, and that peace builds inner strength. Sometimes we hold on to our worries thinking we must fix everything ourselves, but life is not always in your control. Emotional strength is knowing when to try and when to let go. Surrendering to Allah means saying, Ya Allah, I've done my best now, I leave the rest to you. Emotional breakdown happens when you carry burdens alone. You try to control every outcome, and when things fall apart, you break too. But when you surrender to Allah, you realize He is in charge. You are just a traveler passing through. That realization gives you calmness even in chaos. Spiritual surrender is not weakness, my brothers and sisters. It is courage. It takes courage to say, I don't know what's coming next, but I trust Allah. That trust gives you stability. It allows you to stand firm while others panic, because you know your life is in the best of hands. When you accept that Allah's wisdom is greater than yours, you stop fighting reality. You start seeing difficulties as part of your growth. Your emotional strength comes from knowing that nothing happens without purpose, and every test is designed to bring you closer to Allah. Many people suppress their emotions thinking that's strength, but Islam teaches us to process our feelings through faith. The Prophet ﷺ cried when he lost loved ones. He prayed when he was sad. He turned to Allah in every moment. That balance is the true example of emotional resilience. Surrendering to Allah means understanding that you don't always need answers right away. Sometimes the wisdom behind a hardship is revealed much later. Until then, you remain patient. That patience is not passive, it's active trust in Allah's plan, which builds emotional endurance. Emotional strength is not pretending you're okay all the time, it's admitting you're struggling but still choosing to believe in Allah's mercy. It's the quiet decision to keep going, even when you're tired. It's the secret dua in the night, asking Allah for strength when no one else knows your pain. My brothers and sisters, spiritual surrender teaches you to let go of grudges. Holding on to anger drains your emotional energy. But when you forgive for the sake of Allah, you feel lighter. You free your heart from the prison of resentment and you gain peace that no worldly solution can offer. One of the most beautiful forms of surrender is in sujood. When your forehead touches the ground, you are at your lowest physically but at your highest spiritually. In that moment you realize that true strength is in humility before Allah. That's where healing begins. Many times people break emotionally because they focus on the why me question. But surrender shifts the question to what can I learn from this? That change in mindset transforms pain into progress. You stop seeing yourself as a victim and start seeing yourself as a student of life. Spiritual surrender also teaches you to control your reactions. Life will trigger you, people will test your patience, but when your heart is anchored to Allah, you pause before reacting. You respond with wisdom, not with emotion alone. That control is a sign of true strength. When you surrender to Allah, you learn the art of acceptance. Acceptance is not giving up, it's moving forward with grace. It's saying, this is my test for now. but it doesn't define me. You continue to make dua, you keep improving, and you stay connected to the one who never lets you down. Emotional strength comes from knowing that Allah's plan is better than your wishes. Sometimes you pray for something and don't get it. That's not rejection, it's redirection. Allah closes certain doors because He knows what's best for you, even when you don't understand at the time. My brothers and sisters, surrender also protects you from despair. When life gets heavy, shaitan whispers there's no hope. But the believer says, Allah's mercy is greater than my problems. This mindset stops you from falling into hopelessness, no matter how dark the moment feels. Spiritual surrender makes you resilient because you're not depending on yourself alone. You know that Allah is helping you, guiding you, and carrying you through. That realization removes the loneliness of struggle. You are never truly alone when you trust Allah. One of the signs of emotional maturity is learning to balance effort with trust. You work hard, but you know success is from Allah. You plan your life, but you accept that some things are out of your control. This balance keeps your heart strong and your mind clear. Surrendering to Allah doesn't mean you stop caring about life. It means you stop being consumed by worry. You handle challenges with calmness because you know Allah is managing your affairs. You sleep better at night and you face the day with renewed strength in the morning. My brothers and sisters, when you build your emotional strength through spiritual